So, Assalamu alaikum, this is Clifton Raheem Bradley, and you know hi to everybody, and good evening, good afternoon, good morning. You know what we're going to talk about is sex. Now, it's not Sex in the City, but why do women choose to engage in sexual intercourse and they are not married? Why do they choose to have babies who guys that they consider to be so good, and once they get pregnant they say, hey, you know what, I need a man? That's something that a woman should have examined before she got it, but she should have been married. So what I got is I got Prophet Johnson coming in. He has his own show. Okay, I'm gonna let him in. Okay, and tell him. And thanks for accepting the invitation, brother.
Thank you for having me, Cliff.
Okay, and I got Brother Lonnie. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Rahmatullah.
Okay.
How you doing?
Alhamdulillah. I want to thank you, brothers, for accepting the invitation. And what we're going to do is talk about Sex in the City. Now, this is not a picture, but I like to ask, you know what, for my listening audience, we're not going to get vulgar. This is not to put down what we're trying to understand the correlation of why a lot of women prefer to get engaged in sexual intercourse before they get married. I'd like to ask both of you gentlemen, and there was Adam and Eve, going back to the Bible, going back to the Quran, where there was Adam and Eve, and they were both in the garden. But first Adam was there, okay? And then a woman was created because God didn't want to see him alone. Why?
What's the question?
I say Adam was created, and then God put Hawa in the garden. Okay, what was the purpose of that? And this is going to be something.
I'm sorry, the purpose of what particularly, Cliff? I want to make sure I understand the question.
Saying Adam and Eve, God made Adam.
Mm-hmm.
He put Eve, Hawa, in the garden. And I'm saying, what was the purpose of him?
Who is Howard?
I'm saying Eve, Adam and Eve, brother. You will go ahead, Lonnie.
Well,
Adam and Eve. You know who Adam and Eve?
No, you said something about Howard. I'm just want to make sure that
that's in the Quran. Is Howard.
Oh, okay.
What I'm saying is, what was the purpose of him putting Eve in the?
Thank you. I just need to understand that term. I'm sorry.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, okay. So, now the question of why he put the man in the garden is, I'm not going to pretend know the whole mind of God, but the motivation in particular, everything that God does is motivated by love.
Yes.
So love is prolific. Therefore, he told the man to be prolific. He told him to be fruitful and multiply.
Yes.
So that's the reason he made man. I mean, it's similar to the reason he made the angels.
Yes.
Because, love is benevolent. Mm-hmm. So his benevolence, his desire to share his goodness.
Yes.
These are reasons why he both created man and created a beautiful space for him to inhabit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And Lonnie, what do you think is the reason that God made Adam, but he brought Eve in? What's the reason for that?
First of all, we all know a real man without a woman is a lost person. First and foremost, because she's the apex of God's creation. That's why she's to bear a child, and we can't. Okay, and so he created.
Yeah, I'm listening.
He created Adam in his likeness and in his image, and then he gave Adam a mate because a man cannot procreate by himself, no matter what he do.
Okay.
And so she came as his help meet. You know,
Mm.
women in the Quran and the Bible are called help meet. They're to help you
Yes.
meet your obligations. They're there as a comfort for you. Okay, and so when we get to that, I mean, it's quite evident. You know, magnificent
Well,
one, the omnipresent one has created something to console man, to comfort man, and to be a help to man. And that's why he created Eve.
why? And you know what? And the man is to take leadership over the woman. Why did Adam deviate in the Quran and say he forgot? But the Bible says he did it. You know, knowing why did he deviate? Why did he? I know both of y'all will have two different stories for that, but why did he deviate and start following Eve by Howard's leadership when it came to eating the forbidden fruit?
Eve.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well,
So
Go ahead, John.
now, that's a good question. It's one I've been wondering. This is a question that I ask God, and I always get an answer. It's sooner or later. This is something that I is coming. I'm getting informed on, but I don't have complete information.
Okay.
But yeah, it's quite bizarre. It's quite baffling. Why this man in all his wisdom, because he would have, been had wisdom from God. You
Mm-hmm.
know, why would he do this?
Mm-hmm.
So the fundamental answer that I can give, the basic answer that I can give, which is the reason for all disobedience,
Yes.
all rebellion against God, is pride.
Yes.
It's pride. It's see, and pride is when you take on, accept, or create an identity for yourself in
Yes.
opposition to the identity that the Creator has given you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you want to expand on that, Lonnie?
yeah. First and foremost, the Bible speaks in metamorphical terms. Metamorphosis, like um, we could say
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I'm listening to you. You just froze.
we're Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
know. We're not, going to the mysticism of it, but we're going to deal with, basic human nature, okay, first and foremost, and we're going to deal with the tree,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Allah God, told um, Adam and Eve, the garden is yours.
Yes.
What you want to do, but stay away from that tree, right? Now, the tree is supposed to have to bear the apple. Eve enticed and seduced Adam to take the apple and take a bite out the apple. And
Yeah.
that's quote unquote unleash the power of Satan on earth in paradise.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you look at it in metamorphical terms, you got to look at the tree. The tree, uh, it could not just symbolically represent a tree; it could be a people.
Mm-hmm.
Stay away from them evil people, which is a tree, which
Yes.
is the root to evil. Stay away from
Mm-hmm.
these people. Okay, so now by him being enticed by Eve, all men, every last one of us, we have our moments of weakness. We
Mm-hmm.
have our moments of doubt. We have our moments where we can be seduced or enticed to do things. And
Yes.
so Adam, in his weakness, was enticed to go and take a bite out of the apple from that tree.
Mm-hmm.
And metamorphically speaking, when you say apple, it could be the apple, the tree could be a people, the apple could be a suggestion. The
Yes.
suggestion that you're naked, but it's natural to you, and they make your nakedness seem unclean and unfair to you.
Mhm.
You in paradise and you're naked. So now once you find out that you're naked, you go cover yourself with fig leaves, etc.
Let me say something to the listening
Hide your shame.
audience. You know what? You could chime in and share this, but I say something to the listening audience that you know what in the Bible he ate the apple,
The
okay,
fruit.
with the fruit of knowledge, but intentionally. But in Quran it says that he forgot, he slept. I'm using the wrong words by saying he forgot, he slept. But you know what? When we talk about this sexuality, okay,
Mm.
and women being permissive, what happened? Both of y'all, what happened to where we're coming out of the Adam and Eve thing? Okay, what happened is back in the 20s and 30s, a woman was sacred and she would not even hang her nighties, undergarments on a line to get her clothes dried. And what happened? What happened to her? What happened to where that immorality was lost? Lonnie?
You got to look at societal norms. The societal norms have changed for women as well as men. As right now, they're trying to produce or they're trying to promote the LB, whatever
I
QT,
only want to talk
garbage,
about
and all
okay.
that. But what I'm saying is that's the societal norms that have enforced the behavior of women. Like you said, in
Okay.
the 20s and 30s and the 40s, women, they wouldn't hang their undergarments on a clothesline. They would wash them in the house, hang them up in the house, etc. You
Mhm.
had what we call I'm not going to say purity, but you had a sense of decency. There's certain things
Yes. Yes.
you wouldn't do, certain things you wouldn't wear. You wouldn't expose your body certain ways. But you got to look at the societal norms that started pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. Then you got to look at also the I would say the
Mhm.
women's sexuality, the women understanding their bodies more, they understanding their sexuality more. We talking about progress from the 30s, 2030s, and 40s up until the present
Yes.
time. Every day, these women are bombarded with images. Wear this, do this,
So you're saying you appear to
act
be
like
saying that
this, bang, bang, bang.
media has
And
something
so it's
to do with
competition.
that. Okay. Are you saying the
It
media
always
has
has
something
something
to
to
do
do.
with
If you
that?
got a group of people that meet,
Hmm.
yes. You have the media and you have changing norms. You have changing norms because see, right now, you can look at from you. And I came up in well, I was born in the 50s, late 50s, but I grew up in the 60s and, I'm 70s and I started seeing, in the 70s, the afros, the bell bottom jeans and, the
Skin
free
tight.
flowing, you find you a woman, you do this, you do that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, there
Yes.
you go, skin tight. It was going on, hot pants. So now a woman is showing you her anatomy. We
And
men,
Johnny,
we are
is your
virtual. You
what is
show us,
your
we gonna
take
look.
that once upon a time, maybe 1920 1940, that a woman would not even hang her nighties, okay, on a clothesline and did not even want to be seen with a man. The way it would look conspicuous is as though they were doing something sexually perverted. What happened? Why?
So first and foremost, what we need to understand is that the nature of a woman. I think the nature of the woman and how she's been presented
Hmm.
through images and media, etc., is two different things.
Hmm.
So there's always been this portrayal of the woman as virtuous and so forth and so on. That's not the case,
Yes.
right? So she's no more virtuous than the man.
Okay.
So what has happened is that more, and part of this is theoretical, right? I haven't read any books that says this, but it stands to reason. You know, the U.S. has always been more patriarchal than Europe,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Now,
And
somebody don't know what patriarchal means. Can you explain it?
it's a society that is led and dominated by men,
Okay,
where
yeah.
men play the central role. They are the undeniable leaders,
Yes.
right? In the household and nationally.
Yes.
Now, it has to be that American culture differs greatly from Europe because Europe had a, not only women's movements, but monarchs, female monarchs at the time of the diaspora or immigration. Well, during that time and later, they had that. But because of the history of the U.S., it would not have been so because the men that came over to the Americas would have been dominant because they would have been primarily men.
Yes.
And they came dominating this society, and they married women here as opposed to European women who was used to, this female equality, female monarchs. They would have dominated this society. So this would have been a male dominated society.
Yes.
Which is a preserver of virtue in women that they would naturally have, right? So when they have certain requirements that are mandated by the patriarchy, which people have poisoned, the idea of, which is actually a good thing. When they don't have that, this is what you get. You get unbridled sexuality, unbridled confusion, unbridled predation, social and emotional, verbal predation.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I would like for you gentlemen to address when we talk about sexuality. Would you say that a woman gets her impression as imprinted in her mind how she should be conducted? She should conduct herself by looking at her mother and the way her father treats women. Would you say that that's an aspect? Go ahead. Go
First
ahead,
and
Lonnie.
foremost, first and foremost, most women, if there's a male in the house and there's a father in the house, and she watches, because from here
Yes.
on up, they watch mama, they watch daddy. And so if your
Yes.
father is quote unquote a good man, he treats mom right, he does what he has to do, then she wants someone.
Yes.
Daddy is her first love. She wants somebody that resembles her father in the way that he treats her mother, the way that he acts, through his manly qualities. He's taking care of home, he's taking care of family. And so that instills at a young age the woman, if I have a man, I want a man like my daddy.
Okay.
If you have a daddy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a natural phenomenon. Little girls grow up today, it's the same thing. If they have a father around, which 9 out of 10 times, maybe not. And he's a good man, as far as him doing, not a great man, but
Yes.
just put it in a sense of an everyday working man that comes home, do this and do that, take care of his family, and this child sees that, the little girl sees that, and in her mind, her imagination, her image, in her image, if her daddy is good, that's the type of man she wants.
Mm-hmm.
Like
What
her
would you
father.
What would you say to that, Johnny?
So this is the patriarchal cover that I was speaking to. This is the patriarchal benefit to a society because that sets the environment, the culture, and cover under which a woman could be maintained in the virtue that she ought to have.
Mm-hmm.
Now, However, that's encouraging. That encourages virtuous behavior.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, again, because I say women do not naturally, and I got to say this, let somebody call me a misogynist.
Yes.
Women do not naturally have virtue, and neither do men. Right? But when something about order creates virtue.
Yes.
So when you create disorder, there's no reason for the woman to have virtue.
Mm-hmm.
Then she just reverts to her nature.
Mm-hmm.
So even if I could just say this part, so even sometimes when you do have a proper father and mother in place, sometimes you still have women go astray because they have certain natures that will lead them astray.
What both of y'all like to address, do these young girls look at their mothers and watch the way their mothers manipulate their fathers with their smiles, showing a little pat on the back of their upper, and then joke about it. See, I can, when he leaves the room, they say, see, I can make him do anything I want him to do. Look at me. And they laugh about it. Do they do that? Both of y'all. Does the young girl learn how to manipulate by watching her mother? Go ahead, Johnny.
Let me put it.
Go ahead.
I'll go right. So yes, right. They do that, and that's how this is how you. And when I say sometimes, you have a lot of homes where the father is absent, but sometimes the father is absent at home.
Yes.
Right. Sometimes you will find it's getting harder to tell.
Yeah.
But all my life, I have been able to tell when a woman doesn't have a father.
Yes. How?
Spidey senses. That's the best way.
I don't
know. It'll take a long time to explain. It's just her character, her demeanor says, I don't have a father.
Yes.
Right. And the same thing with guys, and women can tell this. A guy that doesn't have a father.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It's discernible. But sometimes I get fooled, and reason why I'm fooled is because you sometimes have a father that's absent at home.
Yes.
Why? Because the woman wears the pants. Or she's extremely manipulative and he's a gopher. So now she's in the same situation as a woman that does not have a father. Now she's prone, just like a woman raised by a single mother, prone to promiscuity. I can't even pronounce the word no more, but you know the word I'm trying to express. She's prone to overt sexuality. Why? Because sex she understands as a means of control.
Wow. You want to expand on that, Brother Lonnie?
Yeah. First and foremost, I'm going to say a word in French referring to little girls. Apprenti sorcier. Apprentice witches.
Wow.
Okay.
And I don't say that in a derogatory term. Apprentice sorcier. Apprentice witches. And I don't say that in a derogatory term. The girls learn from their mom. Women all throughout antiquity, throughout history, have been manipulative. How do you think they survived when they had no rights and no this and that? Life didn't mean nothing to the men in Europe or those early settlers here. You were a woman. You were second class. You have no rights. You do what I say or die. And if I don't like you, I'll kill you. So they had to be manipulative. They had to use their charms. They had to use their sexual tools, put quote unquote, in order to tame and get into this man so they can survive. And women have over the years, this manipulation has progressed to the point to where it is now. um Getting back to when you said about Europe, I lived in Europe 26 years. I know the history of Europe like the back of my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, you had women monarchs, you had queens, you had dukes, duchesses, you had princes, princesses, etc., etc. But it was always
Yeah.
a male society. The men always ran Europe. Don't get it twisted. Just like the
Mhm.
men here, the men ran America more because they was more in prominence. They were more in power. You understand what I'm saying? So, you had the suffragettes, which fought for their rights in the 20s, 30s, etc., until they got their voting rights. So don't get it twisted. Men always ran it. Men still do run it. Women are a big part of it now. They're just as manipulative as men. Now, as far as sexuality, women got sexuality just like we do. You see what I'm saying? They have their desires, they have their wants, they have their needs. And when you have a society that pushes this, first, we got the women's liberation. So you following the norms
Yeah.
of somebody else. You following the
Yeah.
norms of somebody that, yes, we suffered during slavery, but you have never have a history of seeing the black man treat the black woman as a slave. We were
Yes.
enslaved, but the white man, the European, and I'm gonna give you an example. You the princess, and I'm the prince.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy ain't decided who gonna be king or queen. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
who's gonna be the heir after I go? The
Mm-hmm.
brother lures the sister in a part of the castle somewhere. He
Mm-hmm.
bricks her in a wall, and
Mm-hmm.
she dies there. Nobody knows where she is, so he can get power. So all of this, you see what I'm saying? That survival mode that these women have, and then you go into the sexuality. All of these are tools. The promiscuous acts they do is that's a part of their nature, like you were saying. Women are promiscuous also, just like we are. But
Mm-hmm.
they had societal norms were in place. Women don't do this.
Mm-hmm. And
So,
to
Don't do
both
that.
of
Women
to
not
both of
supposed to
you.
drink.
Go
Women
ahead.
not supposed to show. You understand what I'm saying?
Hmm. And to
No,
both
go
of
ahead.
you,
Listen.
to both of you. Um, and first of all, we love women out there, and we're trying to school y'all. Okay, we're trying to school you and to give you the inside scoop on how not to be treated by a man. And I'm going to come to that. Okay. But both of you agree that women will use their bodies and their looks and their nails and their hair to manipulate a man to get what they want because they have watched their mother. They have watched their mother possibly manipulate their father. Okay. And they have laughed about it behind the scenes where the mother says, look at what I can make him do. Baby, you can do the same thing. Is that true? Go ahead.
Part of it that depends on the woman also. Women gonna always manipulate men. That's part of their nature. They
Yes.
manipulated you with your charms to get you,
Yeah.
but to get us. I know I was manipulated and I loved
Yeah.
it. but but hey, but when you lay down set of implementations. This is how we're going to work this and that. I've been married twice. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm not somebody that's haven't been around the block once or twice. I understand it,
Yeah.
and I wasn't a perfect man.
see, you know,
None of us are.
look,
So but by the same token, you learn about women. You learn their nature also.
Hmm.
And when you look at it, yes, women, they manipulate all of us. That's part of their nature. That's how they survive, first and foremost. Secondly, that's how they get what they want. And thirdly, if you a fool, that's how they run you. If you don't know how to
so,
put your foot down and stand up and be a man. So this is how we're going to work this. Now, are we in agreement? If not, then
Yeah.
we can't deal this. It's not me running the whole show. You might
Yeah.
help me. I'm the one out here got to do what I got to do. You help me. Whether you out there doing what you got to do, I help you. You are my help me. We come together. And if it's not like that, if a woman, hold on one second, John. If a woman is making more money to you, the societal norms that are placed on her backbone. Let me give you an.
Yes.
Go to Hispanic neighborhood, go to Chinese neighborhood, you go to Italian neighborhood, you go to a Greek, you go to a white neighborhood, you hear them talking about the women as the backbone. So why do they say the woman is the backbone in the black community? You understand? You got an abstention of men in the black community, and the women are stepping up, taking on the role and the jobs and everything else, the financial burdens that a man's supposed to take care. And so they call themselves a backbone. Woman, you ain't my backbone. I got a backbone. You might help me. I'm going to love you, and we're going to make this work, or it ain't going to happen. Simple.
Yes.
But men got to stand up and be that.
So it's a difference, there's a manipulation that is acceptable, like, between in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
But there's a such thing as sinister manipulation.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right? That violates trust. Yeah. You're right. In any relationship, you're going to have manipulation. Yes. Right? Come on now. Because, we two people that need to persuade the other person to cooperate with the way we see things.
Yeah.
Right. So most definitely there's going to be manipulation, but the manipulation that I'm warning against is the sinister manipulation, which is just bad character. Mm-hmm. And this is like you were talking about, like you can, and this happen more often than not, you have this sinister manipulation when you have bad culture, when you have a culture that defies the patriarchy.
Yes.
When you have a culture that defies the patriarchy, then you have men who don't know who they are. So just like you said, a woman who, she'll test you. And when she sees she can manipulate you, and you can't stand up to her, then that natural manipulation will turn sinister because she'll lose respect for you.
Simon
and this is what we have culture-wide because politics has destroyed the patriarchy.
Both to address to both of y'all, Johnny, I would like to know when the little young girl does not get validation from her father, a male role model of how she should be treated. What are the repercussions when she does not have a fatherly role model to teach her how she should be treated? The car door should be open, and the door. What happens? What happens?
You gotta destroyed personality. That's what you have. that personality is destroyed because first and foremost, if a young girl is in a house where she's seeing her mother mistreated, her mother talk to a certain kind of way, a man acting a certain kind of way in the house, come in, boom, slamming and this and that and hollering and this and that, that sends a message to her: I don't want a man. I don't want this type of man.
Yeah.
And where can I find what I'm looking for if I don't see that image at home? And so you turn to the TV and you see all these series, you see all these new things they got out right now. Promiscuous women, you see the way you're dressed.
I could be gay.
There you go. This is how I seen a show in the 1990s called Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. I thought I was going to pass out. I just got in from Europe, man, and I was, I come in, I check out stuff, and I saw a show, Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. And I asked the person, I said, man, look, They are playing us, they manipulating us, and they trying to program us for this madness. And now look at it. This was 20 years ago, 25 years ago. And now look at what you see in society right now. The young girls right now today, if they're not getting instruction from the mom, if the mama telling her to get you a baller, a dope dealer, or an athlete, or a musician, a baller, somebody making money, and I got a personal experience myself with my own
A high value male.
There you go, which ain't no high value males. We all valuable. You have some with a little bit more commodity than others. That's the bottom line. Right. And so this is what they teach them. And so now, when you got that type of mentality, now as a little girl,
yes,
about 3 months ago, I saw, how you checking out little videos. I seen a little video on TikTok. The brother was talking to the girl, and she say, well, let me get your number. Put $300 on my cash out. What? To get your number? You understand what I'm saying? So this is
what?
Yeah, you go to the other part of it, sex sells. You see the rappers, the female rappers. You see the models out here wearing this and that. I'm showing you my work.
Yes.
First and foremost. So when you attract a man on a cheap principle like that, you get what you get. Because when the hips and busts and thighs get flabby, and then he's going looking for some more firm hips, thighs, and busts, because you attracted him on that cheap principle. So that's what you get. But the promiscuous part of it comes with all being bombarded by society, bombarded day in and day out. This is how you do to attract a man. This is what you do. And then you got these people, ass Ann, ass Libby, this and that. And some of these women, they're giving you advice. They ain't got no experience. How you going to tell me how to raise children and you don't have any? How you going to tell me about sexuality, you 80, and you can't even move? What you talking about? What do you know about today's societal norms that you can teach me at that age, or how to touch?
Okay. Go ahead, Johnny.
So they look at this stuff and they see this, and this is how they think they're supposed to act and be.
Yeah. Look, this is something that I like to contribute so people can have an understanding about men and women and how women in particular present themselves. Now, you said something about when a woman attracts a man with something shallow as the way she dressed, by dressing revealing. Now, what I like to share with people for understanding purposes is that a lot of times, when because there's this misunderstanding that women dress revealing in order to get a man. I think we can all say that that's not true, because a woman can get a man in an Eskimo coat with a full balaclava on. The reason why women dress revealing is that they're looking for a particular kind of man.
Yes.
They're looking for a man that they can control with their body.
Yeah.
So, that's, revealing about the promiscuity of women. So a father, let's say, if he doesn't show his daughter, proper way to treat women, doesn't validate her womanhood, which is valuable. I just want people to know that's a very valuable thing, right? Womanhood, femininity.
Yes.
They are devaluing it every day. It's very valuable. And if the father does not validate it, what the risk is that she might even find a man that does value it.
Yes.
But there's a risk that she will look at him like he's a punk.
Wow. That's heavy, brother.
Because she don't understand it.
But that's the depending on how she was raised. If she was in a single parent household, mainly a woman or a man. Sometimes you have men raising their children with no women around. it goes to the psyche of the person also, because first and foremost, you know, you can't learn how to be a man if you don't have a man around, because you don't have no man image as a man. You can't learn to be a woman if you don't have a woman image around, because a man can take a girl child so far. We know nothing about periods, and we do now, but you understand what I'm saying? We know nothing about
we know the science of it.
the things. Well, if you get in depth with it, you can know everything about that you need to know in order to help. Because I did it with my daughters. I wanted to know everything. So, not you understand what I'm saying? But we're gonna get off that. But
I got you.
Because you got to know what's going on. You got to know how they function in order to deal with them. Because when they having these cycles or whatever, the mentality changes, and also you got to learn how to deal with a lot of things as a man, even though we might not understand. We say, oh well, it's that time, so we have to deal with that.
Even if they don't verbally tell you, you have to sometimes figure it out. Okay.
Yeah. So my question is, if the woman does not have the proper role model or male figure to teach her how to be a woman, is this the correlation between why they are easily manipulated to be used by the first man that says that I love you, you're beautiful, because that man is given validation to be sexually permissive with her, to use her as a sex toy? Is that the reason? Because that man is giving her the validation that she did not get as a child. I would like to ask you, both of y'all that.
Let me ask you a question. Why do women manipulate so much, and why are they so good at manipulation?
I say this, first of all, this within their nature, but I'm interviewing y'all. Okay. But I would say that's within her nature,
Okay.
And she watches her mother, and the news media is heavily influences what goes through somebody's subconscious mind. And that's why it's normalized where a woman could walk out with house slippers and something on their head that they white to bed. But I'm interviewing y'all.
Right. So I set that up so I can hit off the tee.
Okay.
The reason why women manipulate so much and are so good at it is because they're weak to it. They know it works. So, it's like, according to the scriptures, and the scriptures are true, I don't care who follows it, they're true. The scriptures says that the woman is the weaker vessel. Mm-hmm. That means she's easily manipulated. Mm-hmm. She's so easily manipulated, she doesn't even know when she's being used by manipulation. Mm-hmm. This is why they perpetuate the societal norms, whether for better or for worse.
I got to go back to my original question. I said my original question is why a woman that has not been validated by her father, a positive male role model, is this the correlation about why she would easily go to bed with a man that she is not married to, and she sees no work within herself, and she would let that gentleman use her as a sexual tool, and he's not even married? Is that an aspect that's involved? Can y'all address that?
Yeah, it's an aspect involved for the simple reason, when you say validation, recognize, my daughter, you this and that, you got to show girls love. You got to show both children love, but more so girls than little boys. We gonna, make men. But little girls look to their daddy with love and affection. If she doesn't get that, she's gonna seek that somewhere else. And then you throw her nature, puberty coming up. You understand what I'm saying? When she starts developing her nature, her hormones, they start moving. They want to experience. You understand what I'm saying? So, with or without the validation, the most part of the time, if she's being validated at home, meaning that she's given security, she's being loved, she's been treated with the kindness and tenderness that she deserves in her nature, um, she'll be okay. But then, at the same time, at the same time, we say, let me put it like this: she could be okay, but she's still going to discover, go out there and do what she feels she needs to do. It's not just a question of validation; it's a question of validation, and it's a question of her nature
And
also.
choice. And
Mhm.
choice. Choices.
Choice is important too. But sometimes when your nature start moving, young girls do things that maybe they will regret later on, or whatever. But that's a part of nature. But like you say, if the validation is there, and she's shown the love that she needs, it's not no guarantee. We
Yeah.
don't be around our children 24/7. We don't know what they're doing when they're not with us. And that's
Hmm.
why
Mhm.
we
Would you like to address that, Johnny?
Yeah. So when I believe that when a woman is not validated, especially by her father, she doesn't know exactly what her value is as a woman, as a feminine woman. And a lot of times these girls would think they value to society is sex.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But Lonnie, first I'd like to start with you. I would like to ask the woman that has not got validation. Okay. The first guy that says, I love you, they like that. They get head over heels with them. And the man exploits them and uses them as a sexual tool. Does that man really, really love them? This is the message that is going through the woman's mind. To get loved, I'm going to go to bed with him, and he may make me his wife. Does he love her? If he devalues her to that point, to see her as a piece of flesh, to go to make love to her, and he's not married to her. I like for you to address that. You too, Johnny.
Well, first of all, you got to deal with the flesh bandit. Okay. We all know who that is and what he do. He
Uh-huh.
see you, is like boom. He like the wolf in Tex Avery. Eyes go and start turning around in the head. Man, I got to get a piece of that if it kills me. All right, and he go for it. Now, if
Yeah.
if the girl, with or without validation, is her hormones are raging and she feel that that's, what I mean. It goes two ways. He could be a man that really loves her, and the validation for them is the sexual act, and they gonna be together. And then you got the flesh bandit. I got to get a piece of that if it kills me, and that's what he gonna do. And then now she's rejected, she's let down. She want the love, but she had a bad experience. You see what I'm saying? So now you measure every man on that same scale, and that's what the danger is. If a man has been done wrong by a woman, and he starts to measure every woman on the same scale that one that did is wrong, that's where the danger is.
I'm saying to both of y'all, does the male
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
perpetrating this act, does he in fact love her? Does he care about her? He just says arterial is he playing a game? I'm saying
Look,
there are women out there that are laying down with men that that are not married, but that man consistently say, "Baby, I love you. You're beautiful. You fine," and she's getting something that she didn't get. So, does he love her? That's what I'm asking you, and I'm
Well,
asking you to talk to the
look,
women out there.
look. Let me answer your
Yeah.
question. you know, I think Brother Lonnie put it very well. Uh, you know, it's a two-way street. So it's not just a question of her being validated. It's also a question of him being validated. Because I'm gonna be honest, you know,
I'm about to go.
let me speak from the heart. Okay, look, there have been women, you know, everything about them, you know, I like. I mean, this is I would like to say a high value woman. You know, she's beautiful, not just physically, internally. Everything about her, I think, is really what I want. I
Yeah.
appreciate her. But somehow, you know, the
Oh,
sex
it's gonna
is
hurt you bad.
the sex is separate from that, right? That's the reality of it. The sex could be separate from that. It's just like, man, you value her, you don't want to lose her, and you know you shouldn't be having premarital sex. And that's true. I mean, some guys don't think like that, but I know that to be a reality. But I don't know. I wasn't validated. I don't know.
I'm asking y'all, does the man really, really, really love her?
You ain't listening to the answer,
Hey,
Clip.
wait a
You
minute.
don't. You can't handle the truth.
Baby, you fine. You beautiful, baby.
No. See.
You so sweet, baby. I drink your bath water. Is this a game to women that are
No,
the
it's not
matter.
a game. It's not a game. I can say that, but it's not a game. For some, for me, it was not a game. But, however, sex was a different thing.
Mm.
You
Now,
know?
you know, we all been to high school. Some of us had high school sweetheart or sweethearts. So we know when you first walk up and see that girl and your heart is jumping out your chest.
Your heart, your heart is, your heart is
You
jumping.
see what I'm saying? You see her, she see you, her heart jumping, but she a little cooler than you. Hey, you sitting up there about to blow up, can't even talk. I'm the hum. You sound like Jackie Gleason. But when you get it out and she accepts that, and y'all, you see what I'm saying? It's not a guarantee you're going to be together. That's physical attraction. So we got to deal with physical attraction, and we got to also deal with, like I was saying, brother Cliff, brother. It goes two ways, and you have a pertinent question, but it goes two ways. Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes that man loves that woman. When he get hold of that woman, and everything is right, they're gonna be together no matter what. High school until eternity, and
very rare.
then yes, sir. And then other times it's hit it and quit it. I'm moving on to the next program. And right now, women are just like that right now. They got
And
so many sites
worse.
and crazy things out here. Women don't want no men in this city right here. They will solicit you for sex, unbridled sex, one night stand. That's it. We are living in a society where the norms have vastly changed to
Yes,
where when we came up through the 50s, 60s, and 70s. I'm a 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s guy. So
yes,
I had a chance to see when I first got to Europe, I saw things that I'd never seen here. And I was
yes,
like, wow, you know. And so man, when you deal with this, a lot of that is, as we said before, a lot of that is being pushed by the media. Let me give you an example.
yeah,
Every year, you have a group of people that meet twice a year
yes.
in Burbank, somewhere in California, or LA, and somewhere in New York. They decide what the fashions, what the trends going to be, what detergent you're going to use,
To
what
my
kind of
Bohemian
clothes you're going to
Grove.
wear.
That's what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
is it going to be short dresses or is it going to be long knowledge? You know, what kind of books to read, what kind of movies they're going to produce. You see what I'm saying? Actually programming you programming you into their norm. And that's why you got so much craziness in Hollywood. I call it Hollyweird. Because
Yes.
Hollywood is weird. I've been there. Some of y'all, you've been there too, so whatever. But what I'm
Yes.
saying is that, man, hey, this is like the sun do something to them people. And it ain't normal. It's so much garbage going on right now with the rappers, with the females, with this and that. Man, it's a lost world. But they
It does.
promoting this. They promoting this. And, if you lose control of your children, you can't protect your children.
Yes. Yes.
First and foremost, and especially our girls. And some of these, we have a lot of good Black women raising our children by themselves. They got to be the mama and the daddy. And that's when certain things slips through the cracks, because mama got to work and do this. Mama can't be there all the time.
Yeah.
Little girl mind starts turning. You got the videos. You turn on MTV and all these channels, and this is what you're seeing. And this is how you attract a man, showing your behind. This is how you attract a man, showing your bust. But this is a promiscuous society created by a promiscuous devil of a man, and he got us all entwined in it. And he's telling you this is society. Anytime you got the Paris Olympics, you got two males boxing as females, and they promoting it. When the IBA said that these women
Ask why.
Male chromosomes.
Ask why.
And the punching power of a woman is 180 something, and a man is 280 something.
Put your hands up. Go ahead.
Quit playing. So
Look,
you're trying to promote this worldwide. You're trying to promote this in Africa where they don't want it. You got trouble raising men and women in Africa.
They're trying to force it on Africa. They're trying to force it on Africa.
South Africa is gone. But the rest of Africa, they passing laws. Man, look, you get out of line. And again, one more thing. This African brother president, they asked him, do you have any gay people in this country? He said gay people.
Know what? Hold on. I don't even want to discuss them.
Right.
Because can I tell y'all something? Because this causes a problem on YouTube when I start discussing
the fact that gay people have usurped Black people in their rights.
I would get suspended, thrown off of the YouTube platform, and with all due respect, I don't even want to talk about.
Okay.
Let's keep talking about the niggas. That's acceptable, but you just can't talk about the gay folk.
No,
we know.
I don't even. I don't.
Right.
They got a right to be who they want to be, and you know what? Some people feel that's right, some people feel it's wrong, but I don't even.
Right. But
YouTube has shown me. They shown me. You ever hear that song by the Beatles? I'm a believer. So I don't.
I understand, but that just shows you that just shows you right there, and the understanding is that you understand the programmation that's going on to where's you cannot I'm gonna be natural.
Yeah.
No matter what. And there's billions of us out there that are. We don't have, it's not being discriminatory. You say acceptance and you say tolerance. But what is the tolerance of a natural male to something that is unnatural? And we're gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm through on the subject.
I want to tell people out there, I'm covering myself. As a Muslim, people already know my position, but I'm not going to elaborate on it. I'm dancing around. People have a right to be what they want to be, but I'm dancing around that Islam says something contrary, but you have a right to be what you want to be. So I guess you say, hey, I'm selling out, Johnny. Go ahead.
So look, it's not only do they promote promiscuity,
yes,
they make it ain't not just create and promote, but they make it convenient. Even they promote and it's along with it to further that cause is the destruction of the family. Because now, one of the reasons why a woman would not be promiscuous is to maintain that family unit. You know,
Yes.
An
maintain
image.
that the well beyond image. You know, they want to keep that man with her children,
Your body.
right? Keep the father's the children's father, right?
Yeah.
But for even economic reasons.
Yes.
But now, if she gets rid of the man, she can get aid from the government. She can get child support. She can, you know, she can get the money without the man.
Sound like Claudine. Go ahead, brother. The
Add,
movie called
add,
Claudine.
add the cost of medication she receives to each child for putting them on Ritalin and all this other stuff which they don't need. Now they running around you talking to a zombie. What's
Mm-hmm.
wrong, Johnny? What you thinking about? I'm thinking about running, but I can't move because you got them doped up because you're getting this money for it.
You know, to both of y'all, I would like for you to talk to women out there. Should a woman have sex with somebody before she gets married? Does this devalue the woman? Does it say something about her self-esteem? Does it say something about her as a woman to lay down with a man that does not think enough of her to marry her? Can both of you address that, please? Either one, go
Well,
first.
we living in a time right now in a place where societal norms have vastly changed, and they have created a society right now where sex before marriage is validated. You know, you got to test the product before you indulge in it, you know, or acquire it. You see, it's just like a test drive. Take a car for a test drive. This is how the societal values have changed here and around the world. Like I said, I've
Yes,
lived in Europe 26 some years. I've seen a whole lot in my times and travels. And when I got back here, every time I come back, I'll see how messed up we've become. You
yes,
know, the shows and everything. So normally, you got a two-pronged question. Normally, in any general society with a self-respecting woman and man, no, they wouldn't have sex before marriage. But the times we living in right now, if you find somebody that don't have sex before marriage, you know,
The
man, you kind of
unicorn.
don't. Yeah,
virgins out
man, a black unicorn, real rare. You can, you see what I'm saying, or a purple unicorn. You can see right now the societal norms, the way society has pushed it, promiscuous. See, when you get there, and what you talking about? You talking about Muslim society? You talking about early Mesopotamia, early Christian society, where there was a mutual respect. You had the, excuse my French, you had the whores and this and that, but you know, in the Roman society or whatever, this and that, all that was a part. But you had couples.
yeah,
You had a meaningful relationship. You had people that had set goals to do. They have to do whatever time period it was to advance as man, woman, wife, as family. Those societal norms have been thrown out the window, and the
And
window has been locked. And it's not us who done it. And normally, no, a woman shouldn't have sex before she's married, but this society has created so many norms, so many blocks, so many machinations that you tell a young girl right now, 13, 14, she's not supposed to have sex before she married. They
stop,
look at you like you an alien. What planet you come from?
stop.
This is what we do. And this is because of society. This is the norms this society has placed on us. False norms, because their promiscuity. You got to know about them in the hills and cave sides of Europe. You got to understand who they were before they reached the epitome of their power to understand what they're doing right now.
I
Look,
get it. You address
look,
that.
look. Here's what's really tragic about that is that a woman having sex before marriage is a detriment to a marriage. You know, but they've managed to get men to accept the idea of it.
Yes.
You know, and they always pitch it based on equal rights. So you have a lot of women that's engaging in promiscuity based on her women's rights. You know, if a man could do it, I should be able to do it.
And their
But
biological nature.
but you know, but the problem is it's personal.
Yeah.
Should you do it? Right? The question is not do you have a right to do it? Is it a violation of your rights compared to man? The reality is detrimental to you. It's shameful for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it can prove detrimental to any future relationship, any future marriage that you might have. Even if you say you don't desire marriage at this time, there's going to come a time. And then when you have this track record that doesn't hold well, I use as an exhibit this video that I was watching where and to me, this is a product of premarital sex. This man is married to this woman, and you know he had a good job, and apparently she has income, but he lost his job. He had to ask his wife if she would cover this month's rent for him, and she told him, "Well, you're gonna have to pay me back."
Man.
Okay, already we have consequences. For me, if you understand nuances, that right there is a consequence of premarital sex already.
Yeah.
So then he rightly questioned that. Like, why should I have to pay you back when we are married and we live under the same roof?
Yeah.
So then
Mm-hmm.
she says she went to be consoled by his best friend.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow she say one thing led to another, and she ended up sleeping with his best friend. And she made the video saying that this is what happened.
Yeah.
It's out there on the internet. She posted it.
I mean,
I would like. I could start out, Johnny. Johnny, I like you and Lonnie. I'd like to ask you, why is it that I look at YouTube and see other things and women say, I want a man that's going to take charge. I want a man that's going to take charge. But when they get one, they can't deal with it. Why is it? Can y'all address that? I want a man that's going to, be the head. It says in the Bible that the man is the head. It says in the Quran that men have rank over the women. But when they get what they say they want, they can't take it. Can y'all explain that to me? They don't handle it with why?
because first and foremost, they don't know what a strong man is. They think they do. It's not just the physical aspects of a strong man or his ability to provide or the handiwork or whatever. You're talking about a strong man mentally. As much as the black man has been whipping and beaten down here in America,
Yeah.
and the women promote it, you have some women think that they are above a man. You may make a little more money than a man. I'll give you an example. There's a brother that drives a garbage truck, good brother, takes care of his business and this and that. He meets a woman making a little bit more. She's enamored with him. Oh, this man is all this and all that. Now you making 10, 15 more than him, 1,000 more than him. So all of a sudden you get in your idea, wait a minute, I'm the breadwinner. I'm the backbone, blah, blah, blah. This man is working hard to do what he got to do. But he's disrespected. Now, you have because of his salary, not because of the man he is, but when you have a society that places economic value on relationships, economic value on marriages, economic value on anything you do to be validated. And if you're not validated as that, then you're considered weak. So you say you want a strong man.
Yes.
Now, you get you a corporate thug, a man that's making more than you, but he's a complete total AH, and y'all know what I mean. He don't know how to treat people, but you consider this strength because his position of power, the way he talked, and you have went down the wrong path, and you're not really looking for a strong man, a leader, a man you can look up to as a real man. You looking for validation as, I need somebody to control me, but your butt is uncontrollable. You know it, and the whole world know it, and you ain't going to be right no matter what you get. So you need to quit playing. I want a strong man. But you don't want no man. You don't want no man to come in and take control like he's supposed to. And control is not just, the physical aspect or I can beat you down because I'm a big old strong man. The control comes in to where he can sit down and we can talk and we can agree on
generational stability
control by being who you are, the man that God created you to be. Didn't mean you wasn't going to have no problems. Didn't mean you wasn't going to have no disagreements. Didn't mean you wasn't going to have no arguments. But when you put your foot down and when you lay down the law, and that law is mutual and respectable to both of you, you have a strong man and you have a relationship. But if you're talking about a strong man simply in bed, or a strong man because he got a corporate job, but ain't nothing in nowhere, no other sector of life, then you're not really looking for a strong man. You're giving lip service. You don't need a strong man because of what you're doing makes you feel that you're above that. Yeah. And until you can get to yourself and agree and come to terms with yourself, get that word out your vocabulary.
Mm-hmm. Look,
let me say something you know what, people that's looking on YouTube, if you're liking this, please give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. But you know what, I want to tell my guests, there are people that are looking on these social media now platforms, and thank y'all for sharing the information. But go ahead, brother.
So we have a lot of conversation in the community, and one of the terms that I keep hearing again and again is generational wealth.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. We all want that.
Mm-hmm.
But more importantly, we need generational stability.
Yes.
So this is what a well-ordered society has. Mm-hmm. And a well-ordered society has families that have it.
Yes.
This is provided for by traditional families. Mm-hmm. With men, I said, with, people, men, you know what I'm talking about? Males, men, and mm-hmm. With wives and children.
Yes.
Right? That's how you provide for the most valuable thing, generational stability.
Yes.
But the reason why, the women, they on the one hand, they're saying, oh, I want a strong man. But then their behavior conflicts with that, is that the typical woman, especially black women, I'm just keeping 100, are living double lives. They are trying to fulfill their inner desires mm-hmm. and live up to societal expectations. Societal expectations
imposed on them.
Yes, like feminism. Like one of the biggest lies out here today is one of the most believed on lies. Even men believe it. Even black men who suffer from it. When they talk about something to the effect of universal womanhood.
What is that?
It's the lie that women make up a community. That there's a community of, that's a lie. There's no such thing as community of women. There's no such thing as community of men. All
Yeah.
communities are made up of male and female, whereby we had the first community in the Garden of Eden. That's how God created community to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But now we got the media talking about universal community of women. So
Yeah.
whereby women here in the U.S. are concerned with the rights of women in Afghanistan more than the rights of their own sons.
Mm. Yeah. And you know what? To both of y'all, I would like for y'all to address. There are women that say, "I want a real man. I want him," and they lay down with him. First of all, they're not married to him, and they have a baby by him, a child by him. They say, "I made a mistake." And they say the same thing. "I want a real man." And they turn around and do the same thing and have another baby by a different other baby's father. Okay, mama's father, and have another baby. But they say they want a real man. Why does she trick herself and manipulate herself to believe that the second guy would be okay and he ain't proposed to her at all? Can y'all address that? I don't get it. I
Well,
don't get it. Maybe y'all can explain it to me.
first of all, she got a distorted image of what a strong man is. You know,
I'm talking about the
you
baby.
know,
Yeah, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. You have a distorted. The woman had the black woman, and not all of them. Some of them, I wouldn't say the majority, but you got many who have a
Yeah,
distorted image of what a strong man is.
yeah.
You got to ask them, what is a strong man for you? Well, he does this, he does that, he treats me like this, he treats me like that. And I'm gonna tell you, and most men know, women don't know what they want. They'll
Facts.
tell you this, they tell you, let me give you this. Let me give you this. A man's body temperature is 10 degrees hotter than a woman. Is that right?
I didn't
I
know.
need you to hold me, hug me. And you hold me. You too hot. Get off me. What do you want, woman? You understand what I'm saying? So now you get to now you get to the part of you want a strong man. What is your image of a strong man, woman? Do you have an image of a strong man? Do you have a likeness? Do you know what a strong man is, or you think you do? You want a strong man because of the way he looks or the way he carries himself. And then when you get with that man, you find out that like all human beings, we all have certain weaknesses. We ain't who we are 100% of the time. We got weaknesses. We not perfect. You ain't either, sister. So
Well, I
get
was talking about the baby
hold on
situation.
straight.
I
Oh, you're
was
talking about the
referring
baby
to the.
situation. When you go out here, I'm sorry, I'm off track. But when
Go
you
ahead.
go
Go
out
ahead.
here, when you go out here and you quote unquote you have a strong man, this and that, you quote unquote you think he's strong. When you have a baby behind you, no, he ain't this, he ain't that. Then it's something wrong with you. It's not the man. You made that choice.
You got 3 baby daddies.
There you go. You made that choice, and then you're looking for a fourth baby daddy that's going to take care of the other 3 that you made before him. And if he can't do that, he ain't no man. He ain't strong. He ain't that. And man, you lucky you ain't ran up on me, cause man, I make it hot for you. You know, we gonna have to talk about this situation. Wait a minute. I'm not the mailbox daddy. You don't send off 50 cents and 2 Kellogg box tops, and I come in the mail. You take me and shake me out, and boom, here you go. A
Just add
homemade
water.
daddy. Yes, right. It don't work like that. And if you're thinking that this instant daddy ship it don't work like that. You got to have your priorities straight, sister. You got 2 or 3 kids already, and you're trying to find somebody to take care of them. Then go to church. You might find a good brother in church that can do
Mm.
it, or might find a good brother at a mosque that feels that he
Boy,
can accept that and do
man.
that. But you ain't gonna find them out in the streets, and that's where you're looking for them. And you strong men. Strong men.
See,
I got muscle.
let me talk about the church, right? So this is part of the answer. Because society, including the church, get women to think that they somehow are the determining body as to whether a man is a man.
Mm.
You know, like he got to prove to you somehow that he's a man. And if he somehow don't come up to snuff, then he ain't a man. then you could just dismiss them, right? It's some and personally, they think you're not a man if you don't go along with her program, if you don't always accept her opinion, if you don't let her basically lead you,
Key word.
or if you somehow have a weakness, all of a sudden you're not a man. If you somehow lose your job, you're not a man.
Yeah. It is what is. Let me ask you something. There are women that look at. They have fairy tales. They have fairy tales about getting married. Okay, they do that as a little girl. Okay, and they fantasize about it. It's the reason that the woman is first of all beautiful. First of God Allah's creation. Is it the reason that they get their hair done, they get their nails done, they get their feet done? Because first of all, they love themselves. They should love themselves, but they are in competition with each other. There are more women on this planet than it is men. But when you look at the story tells, it says there's a man for every woman. And I don't see that as a reality. Are they in competition with each other?
They've been in competition. The day they was born, they was in competition. Believe that. Same thing with us. But when you look
There's
at it,
more
when you,
women.
yes, sir, but how did it become more women than more men? You look at the wars, and that's why in the Quran
On the street,
Islam, when some of these brothers died in war, the brothers came back. They were allowed to marry the widows of the brother that died, so they would be provided for and
Polygamy.
kept being preferred. And the same thing, Christianity and the Crusades or whatever, they come back and some of their fallen comrades, well, I marry you, blah, blah, blah. But when you look at it from the standpoint of the promiscuous woman, and you look at the demographics of it, more women than it is men, you know, you go to Africa sometimes, or you go to Central and South America. Sometimes you got 5, 6, 7 to 1, 7
Yeah,
women per man,
yeah,
and then you got promiscuous women. You have promiscuous men. A man's nature is promiscuous.
yeah.
That's our biological thing. We see some, and I got to have that. You know, that's how we think until you understand what I'm saying, Brother Islam, how we have redressed ourselves. But
Hmm.
that's how we were. Now, in Islam, you're allowed to have up to 4 wives.
Yeah,
In certain other societies, even in Central and South America or in Asia, you got 2 and 3 wives. It may be in Central and South America unofficial, but you got 3 wives. You got 3 wives, 4 wives, 10 wives here in America, and you marry. So quit playing. And the women talking about, well, I just want my man to be my man, but you're not looking at the circumstances. Look at yourself, woman. You married to a man, but you ain't satisfied. Maybe this man got overweight. Maybe this man stopped looking like he used to do. Maybe this man stopped treating you like he was treating you before. It's something that makes you want to seek something else out. So you promiscuous too. You hear what I'm saying? But I can't be with you. You're gonna have her, and her. Because
but
you haven't learned your nature. You haven't learned to share. You haven't learned to compromise with your ego, which says me first and nothing else. But that man is cheating on you. That man got 3, 4, 5, 6 people that he's dealing with you. So your time is cut short anyway. So you don't want to accept it, but it exists. And this was going on. If you accept it, and that's a few women, I've been reading stories here in America that have accepted that. And
yeah,
now this society, oh, how can man, look, this society ain't a society. It's a hypocrisy, a fabricated tale told
Disneyland on
under
crack.
told to the unlettered, the unlearned, and that's to keep us messed up.
Mm-hmm. And Johnny, would you say that the woman naturally they are in competition with each other in the news media when they fantasize? They believe that there's a man for every woman. Is this the reason why they get their nails done, their hair, their feet? Are they in competition with each other? Are they?
If you had asked me that maybe 10, 12 years ago, somewhere between 10 to 15 years ago, I would have said yeah. But we have such a perverted society. Some women are in competition with each other over other women.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay. you got women in competition with men for other women. You get women in competition with men. Period. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a circus.
Yeah.
So, maybe here and there you have some, I would say some halfway decent women, right? they decent in relative terms to today that are competing for, a good man. But life is like a box of chocolate. I don't know what we got.
Well, Forrest Gump. Let me ask you, what did you say to the woman? She wants somebody that makes 100,000, 200,000, which money don't mean, that ain't gonna mean nothing. But and you know what? I watched the show and he said, what do I bring? The interviewer asked, what do you bring to the table? She said, I bring me. I'm doing this for a reason. I'm talking about her sexuality.
I got you. We got you.
Bring me to the table. He said, you want somebody making 100,000 and you're not educated. Let me see. You're a nurse's aide. Your answer is I bring me. Look at me. What would both of y'all say?
Let me ask you another question. If you wanted to make if you wanted to make money in the stock market, how would you do that?
Invest. Gold.
That's it. You want a man that's making $100,000 a year, $200,000 a year? You got to invest. What we have is a microwave society where women want, like the brother was saying, they want a microwave, an instant man. They want a mail order man. They want to put their 50-cent stamp on the envelope, or go on Amazon and have it mailed to them. That's not the way it works. Because
hold on for one minute. Let me be more specific. Okay, I'm talking about a woman that's 36, 24, 36. She says, I bring me to the table. Look at me. Go ahead, brother.
I mean, that may work for the young guys, that's, feeling themselves. But a mature guy, and I wish that our young were mature, and they would be mature if they had fathers and listened to their fathers, and they learned the wisdom, that we've gotten, from our years.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, look,
I mean, they got this saying, and I'm not gonna say I agree with it, but but it makes some sense. It says money over hoes, right? Okay, your curves is nice, but that ain't gonna put no money in my bank account unless I'm a pimp.
It work both ways. It work both ways. First of all, you get a mature person, with that, this and that. You 36, 26, 36, you would be my trophy. Put you in the penthouse. I put you this and that. I see you when I need to see you. Be out seen with you when I need to be seen with you, this and that. And that's all you get. You get a little stipend, and that's all you are. You're a trophy. Now, a real man making 200 some thousand, you talking about this body, he gonna hit it. I'm gonna tell you right now. He gonna hit it and he gonna quit it. You ain't until you can show him something else besides your body. If you got a mind that can go with that, and again, if your insides don't match your outsides, exit stage left. On to the next one. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? Oh, but
Look.
it's fair. You're dealing with real men. And
Yep.
by the same token, if your body is your value and you don't have a mind with that body, a man will put up with you if you got a body and a mind. If you can learn something. But if you're thinking you're just going to hook him with your body and your sex and I'm going to work this and work that.
There's a lot of bodies out here.
He going to get tired. He going to get tired of you no matter how fine you are. He going to get tired of you because you ain't got nothing up here.
Yeah.
You know, he gonna find somebody maybe in a similar field, or maybe somebody just like you that ain't got nothing, but got a mind with a body that might be, baby. I don't know all this, I don't know that, you know, but I'm gonna be the woman that you need. He accept that. He accept that. You see, but if it's just about the body, that 36, 24, 36, that 36, 24, 36 gonna get used, wasted, tested, waylaid and played and died and started and thrown to the side so fast, man, you need a swivel for a neck. You see what I'm saying? And so when you promote yourself out there like that, with just your body, and you ain't got nothing else to go behind that, you setting yourself up for failure, and you're gonna be a bitter woman, and you're gonna be a used woman because you set yourself out there on the cheap principle of your physique.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And
I'm
and the
aerodynamically designed. That's cool, but you are gonna be an aerodynamically designed failure in life, or you're gonna be
and love.
An Instagram hooker.
Yep.
Wow. Go ahead.
Because
Like a bunch of them are. They out there, they showing their bodies on Instagram
Oh,
and see these
OnlyFans.
suckers. These suckers is, ooh, Lord, like they in a strip club. You should see them.
Look,
Johnny.
I mean, a man is only going to pay for what you're offering. If you're offering him sex, that's what he's going to pay for. You know, so you can't be offering sex and expecting true companionship. You know, I was looking at this news story. There was this basically what you just said, an Instagram hoe who called herself a rapper. So she would do some rapping, and then she was on Instagram showing her body and all of that. And she made this video complaining because apparently she had some man that she had a relationship with who didn't want to take the relationship to the next level. And somehow he let her know that it was because of her lifestyle. Mm-hmm. You know, the fact that she's an Instagram hoe, she's out there. And I don't want that. So she made this video talking about, use the same reverse psychology that all the feminists use. Oh, so you can't deal with a successful black woman because I can go out there and get my own, and I not only could get a seat at the table, I could bring my own table, and I got cars, and I got this and that. You can't handle that. And she was like, and the complaint was, she said, because of that, I'm not wife material. Exactly. You're sex material. That's what you're selling. That's what he's buying. He's not buying a wife because that's not what you're selling.
You're selling instant gratification.
Right. Ain't no man in his right mind looking at you as wife material. For what? Because that's not even what you're selling. You're not even trying to be a wife. You may be trying to get married, but you may be trying to get married, but you're not trying to be married. You want to have a wedding day and get some papers, and there's nothing after that.
And you want the whole marriage on Instagram. Look at me. Hey.
And the guy's an accessory.
Be an alimony until she gets remarried, and she probably
But
ain't gonna get
look at
remarried.
these,
Like getting the
look at
lottery.
these
Go ahead.
look at these basketball players,
Mhm.
brothers in the NFL that have hooked up with these bras. Excuse me, these women, and
Crazy.
it didn't turn out good. You looking at, because see, these young men that are playing professional sports, they making millions, and
Dante Wilder.
you can do right. You can do what, basically almost whatever you want. You can have any type of woman you want,
And they
but
don't appreciate you.
you gonna deal with this Instagram model, this woman that has made herself quote unquote famous, showing her body in swimsuits and half the
Cardi
nakedness.
B. Go
You
ahead,
see what
brother.
I'm saying? So this is what you hooking up with. You hooking up with her because you a flesh bandit. You want that body. That's all you want. You ain't even examining upstairs, because ain't nothing upstairs. When you put yourself out like that, it's not business. It's not business.
Mhm. I got two more questions for y'all, and thank you. My question is, what do you say to the woman? I'm gonna say I know somebody was in a situation. She had a nice guy, real nice guy. But and she said, I'm gonna let him go. I said, why? He's too nice. And she picked somebody that treated her horrible, but she let the guy go because she said he's too nice. I don't get it. Can y'all explain that to me?
She got a twisted philosophy. That's what she got.
Do you know
You
have you
understand?
seen that before? I
Be-
want a guy that's rough and tough and go slap me around, and I don't get it.
be-
Maybe y'all can explain that to me.
that could be a psychological hook. Maybe that's what she's seeing her mama going through.
On a roughneck.
Yeah, and maybe she think that you got people with different things. They psych turn them on. You know that we got a very diverse society. Certain women that clicks on them. Certain women, and it's also proven that you got to treat a woman like a woman. You have to be a man. You
Yeah.
got to be who you are. If you a quote unquote nice man, okay, that's what you are. If you a man that can you got to be able to shift gears, because a woman's shifting gears all the time. You got to be able to shift gears. You got to discern that woman. You got to understand that woman. You understand? If you can't do that, you just okay, she say this, she say you do that. She gonna consider you weak, first of all. Because see, yes, dear. Ain't no fighting. You like, wait, hold tight, wait a minute.
So,
Let's talk about this.
mm,
And don't raise your voice in my house. Let's talk. You ain't got that right now. You got the, excuse my French, the punctification of the black male, to whereas societal norms put you in the thing to whereas you can't be as powerful as you once were. You see what I'm
yeah.
saying?
No, as you are. Not once
Yeah,
were, as you are.
where once were in that time period, that time frame, brother. That's what I mean when I say that.
Mm.
Because you try to
Okay.
take my power away from me, you're gonna have to send me sideways to the next one. You see what I'm saying? That I'm 6'8", man. I'm throwing down these things, man. We're gonna get down. We're gonna see who's who. We're gonna play bad man, pick them up, let's make it happen. But forget all that. We when you're dealing with the psyche of a woman that says that, when a woman has a man that treats her correct, and she don't want that man, is because she
No.
sees that man as soft. She sees that man as weak. She sees that man with no fight in him. She sees that man as somebody she can easily manipulate. And when a woman can manipulate you and keep manipulating you, she get tired of you because you a punk in her eyes.
Lose
You ain't a
respect.
man.
So,
No
Yeah.
respect, none. And when a woman lose respect for you, man, you can't get it back
see,
unless you
but
choking
also,
her. And
but,
that ain't how it's supposed to go down.
but also, that is a lack of accountability. And that, that confused mind of the woman where she's trying to satisfy her personal desires and society expectations. But, excuse me, but they kind of lost where I was going at, but they try to please their personal desires and needs and expectations, but I see it as a product of lack of accountability. That, and I see this in so many women where they say, and they express this point: I need a man that can hold me down. And what they mean a lot of times is, and some of them I've heard this directly because I'm a real B.
She wants a rough neck.
Look. But and it's hard, first, how can you say that when you keep promoting the idea of equality? You keep promoting this idea of equality, and then you saying you need a man that holds you down because you're a real B. I mean, you don't see men going around saying, I need a woman who can hold me down because I'm a real whatever.
Yeah.
We right. We know that we have to be in control of our person.
Yeah.
Right. That's your personal accountability, right? To be in control of your person. So how are you going to basically admit you are not in control of your person, but you're claiming equality at the same time? There's something amiss.
Wow. What's amiss is the societal norms that the Black woman has accepted. The biggest deception the Black woman has accepted is women's liberation, formed and created by white women. And no disrespect to them, but you following somebody else's norm. The Black man has never treated the Black woman so bad that she need to be liberated. What's women's liberation? You look at through antiquity, the way the white man has treated his woman throughout the years, the centuries, you understand, to make her hate him. White women don't love their man. Let's get real with it. You can't love somebody that has beaten you, whipped you, and oppressed you, and killed you for the smallest, littlest thing in order to gain control and keep control over you and make societal rules and norms that have put you behind him. You can't even get equal pay as a man. We didn't make these rules. See, first of all, so when you get a Black woman following these people's norms, they're not your norms, Black woman. You've adopted something. Look at your hairstyle. You can't even wear your natural hair no more. And that'll get me in trouble. That'll get me in trouble. You're too lazy to take care of your hair. You used to be on the cream and crack. Well, couldn't keep you out the beauty salons. Now look at you. You paying for your hair. You got half your hair on layaway. Quit playing with me. You don't know what color. Your color, your hair might be blonde, it might be brunette. You don't know who you are and what you are. You confused. And in your confusion, you go and you deal with this women's liberation. That ain't your liberation, ain't your norms. You a Black woman, you a free woman. The Black man ain't never put you in chains and treated you like that man has did his woman. So why are you following their norms and their rules and their societal gestures
For a political gain?
They put on you. It's not even for political gain. Yeah. It's a mental game that they playing with these sisters. You see, the white woman, I'm saying this last thing, but I'm sorry. When you was talking about generational wealth, when you was talking about generational
stability.
Wealth, let me give you the breakdown of generational wealth in America. Generational wealth is passed down. Is that right? From family to family. Is that right? The Black man's generational wealth in America, you know what it is right now? Is zero. The immigrant Hispanics that are over here, the immigrant, non-American immigrant Spanish person, they generational wealth is $4,000. The Chinese, their generational wealth, you're talking about the 100,000. You go to the Hispanics that are here, American naturalized, whatever, their generational wealth is 44 per family. The white person is 280-some thousand generational wealth that's been passed down to them, that can continue to be passed down to them because they make the rules, they make the gentrification and everything that we've been through to put us to where we at. You understand what I'm saying? So when you got a Black woman that don't understand that, they don't understand who she is, following the norms, the societal norms of somebody that's been oppressed by their people, you lost. And when you got to get that, you got to work that, you got to turn around. A woman is like a mine, M-I-N-E. You understand? You go in a mine, you can blow it up. If you blow it up, you got to be also skillful to be able to open it back up, M-I-N-D. You hear what I'm saying? This is what we got to deal with our women, man. You got to break them down and you got to rebuild them and let them understand who they are. They have a lack of respect for us. And that's why they act and treat us the way they do. And they try to follow these white women's norms because some of them are lost and don't know who they are. That's what we do, brother.
You just made me think about this movie, man, about this pimp. He said, brother, anybody can control a woman's body. The thing is to control her mind. I forgot Goldie.
Yeah.
It's a movie. It was a movie called Goldie, I think. Yeah. But I like to, add, you know what? This is going to be the last question, and then my question is: can you, both of y'all, can y'all speak to the women out there that actually believe that man loves them, that he cares about them, he adores them, but he lays them down in bed to use them as a sexual tool, a slab of meat, saying that he loves them? Can you give words of advice to maybe one woman that may listen in the languages that's different? I know you and him speak different languages, in English and in the languages, other languages that y'all speak. Could you please give them women advice, please?
I know Johnny speak a little bit of his Spanish.
Okay. And English and Spanish and French and American.
So, here's the thing. Like, yeah, to the question that you spoke earlier, is that man that would sleep with the woman without being married to her, that, would, engage in sex with her, without the benefit of marriage. Does he love her? It's a possibility. Now, if you want to find out, you want to test and see if he actually loves you, there's this little word they call, it's a 2-letter word, N-O. Right? So if he really loves you and, he's pursuing you sexually, that's a way to test out if he really loves you. I promise you, if he really loves you, he will wait. Yes, it's a chance he loves you. It's also a chance that he is hot on you. So if you get close enough, y'all gonna burn. So, you just tell him no. If he loves you, he will wait.
You speak to him in Espanol, the women that
okay.
That are going through that, please.
Si quieres saber si los hombres las amas, las amas, tiene que esperar. Dile no. Cuando él quiere tener el sexo contigo, dile no. No, espera. Espera hasta el tiempo que estamos casados. Si tiene vale para ti, él espare. Espara. Todavía.
Yes. And can you speak to the women, Brother Lonnie, that believes that the man really loves them, she really adores them, they living together, they ain't married, and does he really love her? Does he really endear her? Does he care about her? In English and in French, please.
Premièrement, un homme, si il vous aime, il va te montrer qu'il t'aime par ses actions, pas simplement avec des mots, mais pour les choses qu'il faisait. Disons, un homme devrait faire certaines choses pour montrer qu'il aimait. Il te prend soin de toi. Il t'écoute pour vous ce que je vais dire comme ça, il veut comprendre qui vous êtes vraiment. Troisièmement, il va monter par exemple son amour. Et si, par exemple, vous êtes avec quelqu'un, vous n'êtes pas marié, mais vous êtes ensemble, s'il aime vraiment, il va le monter qu'il t'aime chaque fois. First of all, women, if a man loves you, he's going to show you he loves you. You know, not just through words, but through his actions, what he does, how he talks to you, how he is attentive. You know, I get my English and French mixed up. How 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 how
I know I don't
how
know. Yeah.
how he cares for you. A man that loves you is going to show you in so many ways that he loves you. Okay, and at the same time, whether if you're married, that's a plus. If you're not married, is good too, because this man is showing you that he loves you. You should be married. We Muslims, we know you're supposed to be married, but
Yeah.
we're dealing with a society right now where, you know, I would say marriage is still sacred, but you got people living alternative lifestyles, and I'm not talking about the other way, but I'm talking about living together that are not married. But if a man, either way, if a man loves you, we're dealing, Brother Cliff, with the modern world. We may not accept it, but we see it, right? We see it.
Yeah.
It's out there. We see a lot of couples that are not married. Some of them are doing well. They thriving. That man loves him. He loves her. Blah blah blah. Uh, a man going to show you if he loves you by doing what he has to do to maintain you. Now, a smart man going to love you and he going to maintain you, but he all going to see what you doing.
Yeah.
It's a two-way street, baby. It ain't just about the lay down. What else you got going on?
Man,
You
man,
know,
man.
I got a stomach. I'm a great cook. To tell you the truth,
Mhm.
I amaze women with my cooking, but at the same time, baby, can you cook? Can you clean? You know, well, I got a job and this and that, so this and that. So it's a two-way street. If a man loves a woman, he's going to show her. He's going to demonstrate his love in more ways than one, by his affection, by his tenderness, by him taking care of the woman, by him respecting and truly loving the woman from a mental and not just the physical aspects. If
Mhm.
it's just for sex, then you will see that too as a woman.
Yes.
Whether you continue to put up with that or not, that's on you. And
Mhm.
if a man is with a woman that, yeah, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I was just going to say that you bring up a good point because um, you say that when a man loves you, he's going to watch what you do, and what a lot of men and women take as love for the woman is when a man takes a lot of stuff off the woman. That is very often the opposite of love, because if he loves you, he values you, and he knows if he lets you treat him any kind of way, he's going to lose you. So
Yeah.
he's by him being vested in you, he's going to be mindful of the way that you treat him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and also it's a two-way street. When a man becomes submissive to a woman, he is no longer a man. You can hang up. It ain't a player's card. Put your mail card over here. You have
Your
retired
pants, hang your
from
pants up.
all that. When you wake up, your little clothes that be out of season. You don't know what you wearing. Ooh, loud. But getting back to the real deal, and like you said, Brother Johnny, and as you iterated, Brother Cliff, the strength of a man that loves a woman is what he produces, what he shows the woman. But if that's not reciprocated, if you don't receive that back in return, that ain't the person for you. You know,
Mhm.
people throw the word love around like it's a kite, or a paper airplane. You throw it
Mhm.
around, and you expect it to come back.
Yes. Yes.
Everything that you do that don't have value behind it is worthless. It's useless. You say love without affection, love without meaning, love without dedication, love without caring
Yes.
is not
Works.
love, is infatuation. And that
Yes.
and And that's it. That's where it starts. That's where it ends. And that's why so many married couples in America and around the world, they get married off infatuation. Well, I just love this man. He blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden you with that man 2 months, you ready to get divorced. Because he's not living up to your expectations of what a man should be, what you got in your mind. And sometimes, brothers, in order to have a true, honest relationship, you got to talk, baby, what you want. What do you expect from me? This is what I expect from you. Now, can we do this and make this happen? 9 times out of 10, once you have that conversation and you see the direction you really want to go, is good. You don't have that conversation, or you have that conversation and somebody deviates from that, then you know that person was disingenuous.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? And so we living in a society are controlling our youth, is controlling our women to the point to where they so lost they don't know who the hell they are. And then when you're not lost with them, you the problem. You're too strong, you're too bold, you're too black, you're too mean.
You're too much of a man.
I mean, there you go. That's what I meant to say. You took the words out of my mouth. You're too much of a man. I wanted a man, but I wanted a man I can manipulate and control all the time. Damn, you ain't fitting with my program. I can't stay with you. You're too strong. That's right.
Yes,
sir. I would, girl, I'll turn you up and shake you upside down like riffraff and drop all the coins out your pocket. I ain't gonna hit you, but we gonna get this together, or we ain't gonna be together. I'm not mean. I'm not mean. But you know what I'm saying? We got to, men got to stand up and be men. I don't care if you're making $1 million, baby. You're going to need some man. If it ain't going to be me, it's going to be somebody else.
Look,
so,
and then, we have to understand our role. And that's the effect of the powers that be confusing the roles, and you said it earlier, that the woman was created as a helpmeet. But women do not embrace that role. That's why they look at this man for what he get. Does he have what I expect the man to have? Maybe not. Why? Because he lacks a helpmeet. These women are not willing to invest, and they got all these ideologies that are counter interpersonal investment.
Yes.
This philosophy of like this, what they get this website, can you match my status.com, words like power couple, which is, this woman, she got her money and her education and this and that, and she got this great job or career, and this man, he got the same thing. They're a power couple. Go on with that. Let's live real life. That's not real, because that's all come from what they told us that we should look for and expect and be.
Yes. And you know what? We're coming to the conclusion of the Underground Railroad podcast. And you know what, brothers? I thank y'all for accepting the invitation. But the audience out there, these are gentlemen that you should have on your platform, because they are dynamic and they're opinionated and they're intelligent. Okay. And could you please, perhaps both of you, it's probably something that you wanted to say that I didn't give you the opportunity to say. And can you give your contact information so you can go on other podcasts and television shows?
Yes, my name is Lonnie Lewis. You can reach me at
Lonnie
.Lewis, LONNIE .Lewis, LEWLS at, Lonnie.Lewis at, Lonnie.Lewis 80 at Gmail. You know my email. My phone number is 872 757 8778 872 757 8778. Okay. what I would like to say.
Let me ask you one before you say that. You also let them know you was a former basketball player and a researcher. So
Yeah, I'm a former EuroLeague professional basketball player. As you saw the Olympic Games, I played under international rules, etc. 7 championships in different countries: France, Italy, Spain, etc. And I became a researcher as when certain days they didn't have games, I would go visit just different cities. I would leave France. I would go to Austria, or I would go to Germany. I would go to Luxembourg. I would go to England, or whatever. When we played the European Cup, we go to Bulgaria, Romania, Yugoslavia, etc., etc. Everywhere I went, I would go to either one of their famous places or go to their library where they have certain things that they didn't have here. That's how I became a researcher. I have a quest for knowledge. And I want to know who, in order to know who I am, I got to know who you are.
Mhm.
See what I'm saying? So,
like I say, it's perhaps there's something you wanted to say that I didn't give you the opportunity to say. So please.
yeah, this is addressed to the sisters. Just try to choose wisely. We living in a world right now where you don't know who's who. Everybody's playing. You got certain people undercover. You don't know, double-breasted. We don't know what's going on, men and women. Try to choose wisely and don't base your decisions or your choice on these false societal norms. They're telling you this what you need, this what you got to be, this what you got to have to be successful, this what you got to have to be validated as a black woman in this world. You're a black woman, you're a strong woman, you're a backbone naturally, not our backbone, but you're a backbone because of what and who you are and what you have endured to make you who you are. Be our helpmeet, and man, be that woman's man. Do what you got to do to make her understand what a real man is. And sister, we have shortcomings. We not you two. We not perfect. And that's why you will help me. When I'm short, you help me. When you short, I instill my will, my power, and my force in you to bring you up. So we both win it. Get you somebody that's going to win, and you help him win. Don't denigrate and degrade the black man based on your experiences, because one man that did you wrong, when you measure that man and all men on that scale, and that same scale, that's a danger there. So look for what you need. I hope you acquire what you need. You find you a good man that's going to love you and treat you right, and that you do the same. It's not a one-way street. You don't need all affection and you don't give none. If you can't give love, you don't deserve love. And that's my message to my black sisters.
Okay, Johnny, give your contact information, please. And perhaps there was something that you wanted to say that I did not give you the opportunity to say.
Yeah. So I'm on all your major podcast platforms. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, several of the major social media platforms by the same name as The Joyful Sound, Truth in Conversation, or just Truth in Conversation. I would like to say to the women as well as the men to seek truth, because when you value truth, then you have a defense against these expectations, these social pressures that they're put on you that's not for you, that are designed for their benefit, right? The powers that be, they create certain ideologies, certain thoughts and expectations through media and other avenues to make our expectations self-destructive. They counter us, counter community, where they are compelling us to live in a cellular environment where they benefit themselves, systematically, by us attributing to thoughts and ideologies that just benefit them rather than help you live a full life.
Yes. And your contact information again, One more time from both of y'all. Go ahead, Johnny.
Yeah, so I'm on, like I said, my contact is through my social media pages, my podcast.
Your telephone number?
No, I don't give my telephone number.
Okay, go ahead, brother. Your contact information one more time, Johnny.
No, I said I don't give.
Okay, I'm saying your contact information one more time.
Oh, I'm on the Joyful Sound Truth and Conversation on your major social media platforms, X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm on, and also I'm on Twitch by the same name, Facebook, YouTube, and again all of the podcast platforms.
Okay, and Brother Lonnie, can you give your contact information one more time before we sign off?
Right. You can reach me at Lonnie, LONNIE.Lewis, LEWIS 80 at gmail.com. I'm on X also, tearing them up. So, they don't like me, but I'm on X. I can't tell the truth. I can't tell them what the truth. I ain't backing up one Adam's way. I don't care if they don't like it. But you can reach me I'm on X. I'm reaching my email. My phone number is 872-757-8778.
Okay. And again, I want to thank both of you gentlemen for giving time out of your day, because you know what? You can't buy back any more time, and I appreciate both of you gentlemen's opinions. Y'all are very opinionated, and I learn a whole lot from y'all. From the district, we had disagreements, but I learn a lot from you. Never too much like the yes man anyway. And I gather a lot of information from y'all by not bickering, by exchanging ideas, because no two people think exactly alike. And I value both of you. I value y'all friendship, and I want to know that. I want y'all to know that. And I'm going to leave the audience. I'm going to give a little commentary, and I'm going to say, I'm going to leave you in the words of Assalamu alaikum, Brother Lonnie.
Walaikum salam.
Inshallah, I'll see you at worship Friday if it's Allah's will, if I can make it upstairs. And Brother Johnny, I appreciate it. And I'm going to give a little commentary, and I thank both of y'all. Okay?
All right.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Take care. Okay, so you're looking at the Underground Railroad TV show, and I'm seeing it's a lot of people that were looking online and support these people, support them by having them on your show. Write an article about them, have them on your television show, on your podcast, because you know what, and we have to learn to share platforms and not be jealous and envious of each other, because I'm taught in Quran, you will get what Allah, I will get what Allah has allotted. What Allah has for me, I'll get. They will get what is for them. So that's why I say gave their contact information, because these are two dynamic individuals, and you should have them on your social media platform or your television show, or write an article about them, invite them to your school, because they have something to say that impacts society. And by impacting a society, it may save one person. It may make one person have a behavior modification, and that be beneficial to the society. But overall, all of us are not going to be saved. The world is not going to get better, but you can help one, by showing them that. And I'm going to show y'all this, and this is what the show was about. And you're looking at the Underground Railroad podcast. I'm going to play this one more time. Okay. And I think what I did was, that's something that is something I'm gonna have to edit out, but I'm gonna show. But Underground Railroad comes on every Saturday night at 10:30 p.m. Central Time. But the podcast is on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you can see both of these phenomenal gentlemen, okay, giving their expertise and their knowledge. And I ask you humbly to share this broadcast on your social media platforms and to visit their platforms and subscribe to their platforms and say assalamu alaikum, rahmatullahi barakatuh to all the brothers and sisters. It means peace and blessings be upon you, and may Allah be with you. And the things that I said, the things that were said that were good came from ourselves, and the things that were said bad came from Shaitan, devil. So we did the best we could to express ourselves to, not me. We did the best they could to, to express ourselves to the best of our ability. But women, do not go to bed with a man if he does not think enough of you to marry you. I don't care how many times he says, I love you, you're beautiful, you're fine, you're cute. And you know what? Man does not value you. He's using you as a tool. It's a sexual tool to satisfy his actions. So if it's one woman that can get something from this, I did something. You know what? It may save a woman from getting pregnant and she ain't married. Sex is for marriage. I don't care what they say. Whether it's you can read the Bible, you read the Quran, the Torah. Sex is for marriage. It is not for boyfriend and girlfriend. It is not. And that man does not love you. And you say, he talks me into it. You have the right to say, no, you will not use me as a sexual tool for your own pleasures. I will not let you degrade me as a woman. You got a right to say that. Stand up for yourself. And maybe you did not have a father figure there, or you did not have a male role model there. So you know what? I'm attempting to give the message that should have been given a long time ago. So I say assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi barakatuh.